I hope that looks okay. I try to center this so we can keep the manual in frame the whole time. All right. Everybody that's watching, welcome. Welcome to my stream. Today I'm going to continue with the TT-02 Subaru Impreza Monte-Carlo 99 kit. And the previous two parts, we basically took care of the front and rear axles, and we also built the drivetrain from the motor all the way to the axles. So now we're ready to put in the electronics today, glue the wheels and tires, and then some miscellaneous little things that we need to button up, like the bumpers and stuff. And that would be it for today's stream. That's all we're going to try to do. Tomorrow's stream, I'm going to try to put on the decals for the body. I'm going to try to paint it tomorrow. If I'm not able to paint it tomorrow, then I'll go ahead and just cut it out tomorrow night with you guys, and then I'll figure out something else we can fill the time with. Let's see. Seems like your sound alerts browser source is offline. Source could not. Well. I'm still trying to figure things out with this stream. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get started. So we're going to be working on step 26. We're going to start there today. And everything we need is going to be in the C parts bag, which is this right here. So let me take most things out. I don't think we're going to need the zip ties just yet. I think what we need right away are the servo screws. And I think it's going to be this bag right here. There's several different shape and size screws in here to accommodate different servos. So if you have your electronics, you can follow along. If not, just see what I'm going to do. Just watch what I'm going to do. First thing I'm going to do actually is to test all of the electronics. Before the stream started, I made sure that the transmitter and the receiver were bound or binded or connected. I don't exactly know what the past tense of bind is. So we're going to test everything right now. So we're going to start plugging in the electronics into the receiver. And the channel 1 is always the servo. Channel 2 is going to be the ESC. And your receiver may vary, but that's usually always the order. Hey, Sandwich, what do you... It was the O2S. I don't know when my kit was made, but it's been the O2S for a very long time. And then kind of beginning of last year, I started getting an O4S. I think I only had one kit that got an O4S. And then the Hobby Wing 1060 started. So I have 5, I think, TBLE O2S and 1 O4S. And I've been using the 1060s. So the 1060 are better ESCs. I'm just keeping these because they are collectible. So again, let me continue. I'm going to plug everything in. And I'm going to test out the electronics before we move forward. So I'm going to plug the ESC, connect the ESC with the motor. I'm going to go yellow and yellow and then blue to green. Nothing's going to go into the orange For right now, this is a brushed motor, so we're not going to use this third wire. I have everything connected. I'm going to plug it into my battery. All right. And the reason we want to do this is because we want to center the servo. When you get the servo or take it out of packaging, you don't know if it's, you know, on the left or on the right of center. And if you don't center it before you start this part and you put on the servo horn, crooked when it's not centered, and when you turn on the car later on, the servo horn is going to be off center and your steering is going to default left or right. So that's why it's important to test the electronics and then center the servo. OCD reasons. Yeah, I understand. They have them on eBay. They're like $26, $28, and I would get it pretty soon. As soon as everybody start buying them, they're going to go up in price. All right, I have turned on the transmitter. Now I'm going to turn on the ESC, and hopefully everything comes on. It was working fine before. Let's see what I did wrong. What I did wrong was I plugged everything in the wrong direction. So channel 1 is going to be down here. Channel 2. Beeping red dots are always bad. All right, so let's try again. Here we go. Uh-oh. What did I do? Oh. Silly me. I'm so silly. I should be more careful. All right, here we go. Plug that back in. Okay. Now we can hear that, but that's the servo is being controlled right now. And just if you're curious, the the steering trim is backwards right now, and I can fix that real quick, and that's going to be channel 2. And let me get back to, oops, I always forget how to do this. Endpoints, reverse, channel 2, and is it this button or, okay, there we go. There we go. All right, let's see. Yep, now we're going forward. So for right now, I'm going to turn everything off. I'll come back to this, and I'm going to just grab the servo. We need to put on the servo horn, and this is the instructions right here. It tells you you're going to use P1, D10, P5, and either P4 or D11, and I'll tell you what the differences are. And then the servo itself, of course. So your servo may have either 24 or 25 tooth on this shaft right here. And if you're 25, you need to make sure the servo horn adapter is going to fit. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to fit the servo horn onto the servo. So we'll figure it out, but I think I tested it before we started today, and all you have to do, you don't even have to cut it out. You just, so this is P4. You just kind of slip it on and just take a look. And it should go in pretty much all the way in, and you shouldn't have to force it. So mine's going to be P4. The other option is right here, D11, which is that. And when I try to put that on, it won't go at all. So I know my servo is going to use this one. So let me cut that out. Sandwich. I wish there was a place you can upload pictures of your car because it looks great. So Sandwich finished. He has the exact same kit and he finished it. He's been posting pictures on the RC World Discord server, and I've been following along. He did a beautiful job with the body. He's already finished. And he made some mods, really smart mods to the uprights, I believe, to give it more steering and also more vertical travel. And that's something I might do later on, but you know, I like to build the kits just straight from the manual, and just so anybody can follow along if they wanted to. So this is P3, and it doesn't look like we're gonna need P3. So do we have everything? We have P1. Oh, I cut out the wrong one. This is supposed to be D10, and D10 is gonna be this one right here. And P5 and P4. Now we have everything. So now I'm going to turn the car back on. I'm also going to double check the trim, steering trim. So I'm going to go here on the trim and I'm going to look at channel 1, and it's that neutral 0, 0. If you found it to be either you know, left or right, you want to make sure that it is at 0 before you continue. So now I'm going to turn on the car. Yep. Now I'm going to turn on the car. Okay. Now we know the servo is centered, and to continue, we're going to put on this P4 first. Put this aside, and we're going to put it so that this little, I guess a little bar coming out of the middle there needs to be dead center, facing pretty much that dimple right there. So it may or may not be able to go down perfectly because, again, we have an odd number tooth count, so it may not be able to go exactly down straight. And like I said, it wasn't able to, so we're just like maybe 1 centimeter off. I don't think it's even that, but you can see that it's not, you know, perpendicular to the side of the servo here, but that's fine. This will work. And then we're going to put on P5, and this gap here is going to line up with that. This part sometimes take a little bit of strength, sometimes it doesn't, to kind of pry that open, but there we go. And now we need to make sure the servo horn itself, it also indexes in this gap right here. We need to make sure it is as straight vertical as possible. And if needed, I'm probably gonna have to change the trim a little bit. Let's see. Oh, wrong direction. So I didn't want to do this. So this is R25 right now. So I'm going to turn that off and let me do this. Go back to 0. Hope I'm doing this correctly. All right, so now it's still a little bit off, but it's not that bad. Anyway, so we'll work with it. So the last part is to put on this P1 spacer, And this is where this little bag of screws come into play. We're going to need to figure out which screw will fit this particular servo. And it's just trial and error. Whatever servo you're using, it may be different. I'm going to start with this one right here. It's a darker screw with very fine tooth. And that's not the one because it fell right in. Let's see if it's going to be this darker one. That's, I think, is going to be an M3. I think this was an M2. So this one I think is an M3. Let's see. Okay, that may fit. Let's see if it's going down. Looks like it is. Okay, make sure it is tight. And there we go. I found the screw. It was the darkest one, but you never know. You could have a different servo that uses one of these silver screws or the thinner screw altogether. I'm going to put these aside. And these two are going to be for the battery later on. We don't need those right now. All right, let's move on to the next page. And I think we're going to have to use the addendum sheet for the next page. Let's take a look. So the next page, at least the bottom part, we're going to need to use the extra paper. Let's see. So we're right here. We're going to put the steering bridge and the link, the servo link onto the servo. So let's find parts A5 and D6. We're going to need pretty much something from all the trees on this one. So here is A5. It's this piece right here. All right, and D6. Oh, let me find B11s first. It was these kind of pivot balls. All right, let me get those off. This one, here's the other one. Let's see. And it's going to be, I think it's going to be this right here. So this is D6. Yep, that's going to be this piece right there. All right. I think we have everything. Now we need to find the screws. So we have 2 bags of screws to choose from. And let's see. I think the bag we're looking for is going to be this one. And I say that because the wheel nuts are in here. And the wheel nuts not until the next page. So I think what we need is going to be in this bag, and I can see that we need at least 2 of the darker screws, and there is 2 darker screws here, but they're the step screws. So I think it's going to be this bag. All right, let's see, and I don't think we need these pins. Actually, we need the washers, so let me just empty that. Okay, so we need 2 of these MB1s. It's probably going to be this right here. Yep, okay, there's one. There's another one. And then 2 of these shorter MC3s. Oh, and if you're watching the stream for the first time, the left column on Tamiya manuals are printed to scale. So if you're looking for a screw, you can just measure it against the printout, against the diagram, and you would find the right screw. Okay, so let's do this. We're going to snap these pivot balls onto both sides. And this part's a little bit harder, so you're going to need pliers. Needle nose pliers, these big pliers, doesn't matter. You just need to put on quite a bit of force to get them in there. There you go. I always crush them. I don't know how to do this without crushing them. Let me try try needle nose pliers. See if that's going to be a little bit more finesse. Finesse, but no luck. Let's see. Nope. The only thing that works is brute force. Okay, there we go. But I use so much force that it's pretty much stuck. It's not my favorite design, but it's what came with the car, so we'll use it. There are aftermarket steering assemblies that are aluminum, and there's one from Tamiya, there's one from Yeah Racing, and you can find them online, probably on eBay. You'll see them. Just TT-02 steering, and you'll find several. And if there is a hop-up that is necessary, to be aluminum, and it's safe to be aluminum, it is the steering. We've determined the word to describe the stock steering to be sloppy, and part of the reason is this particular part came off the, oh no, not these pivot balls were the soft plastic, but since this is even hard plastic, it flexes. So when your servo is moving and it's trying to control your axles, it's not as positive and fast as it could be because it's flexible. So that's why you will feel that it is not as good as it could be. I mean, steering wise. If you use aluminum, you're going to get a little bit better response, I think. All right, so let's move on to the next step. And that is going to be on one side of the D6, we're going to put a screw, which is the MB1, the silver one. And we're going to put it through the center of A5 right here, and A5 symmetrical and D6 is symmetrical, so we don't need to worry. We're just going to put those together. I think I have a Yeah Racing steering assembly in my boxes. I'll see if I can find it. Okay, there we go. You don't want to go too tight. You want to make sure there's still full range of movement. And then the other end of this, we're going to put on the servo horn. So let me grab the servo, and it's going to attach like this. It's going to attach right there. All right, it's going to be that white screw again. Sandwich, did you find the ESC we're looking for? Should be plenty of them on eBay. At least the last time I checked, there were plenty. Like I said, it was still a reasonable price last time I checked. All right, there we go. And so this part is done. Now let's move on to this. We need to find the A12, which is the servo mount. And these two pieces is going to bolt onto the servo, and the bottom of it is going to bolt onto the chassis itself. So let's find those. It's going to be this one right here, and of course the same one on the other tree. It's mostly in Hong Kong or weird sellers. Oh, you don't want to buy one in from Asia because you never know if they're real or not. You want to buy the ones where people like me took it out of the case. I'm going to type in a eBay seller right here in chat. Look for him in eBay as a seller and see if he has any. I've bought stuff from him multiple times, and his stuff is always coming out of a kit. That's his business model. He buys kits and then he kind of separates them and sells them by piece, by kit. He's actually grown quite a bit. He's doing pretty well. I'm happy to see. All right, so this has a round corner and a a straight corner. So we need the right corner to be facing up like that. And we need to find MC3, which was this right here, and a washer. And the washer is right there. And we're going to go through the top hole. So like this, the round part is on top. And we're going to put the screw through the top hole and tighten it. Let me know if you find any. Hey, if you're new to my channel, say hi. Tell me where you're from. Where are you watching this from in the world? I understand Tamiya is pretty popular in Southeast Asia, so you might be from that part of the world, or you might be in Southern California, right down the street. So, yeah, if you don't mind, just type it in chat. Tell me where you're from. Oops, I forgot the washer. Let's see. So now let's do this side, and it's going to be this way. Sometimes I think this should go on first before you do the other stuff. It's so inconvenient having this thing whipping around while you're trying to do this. All right. Okay. It seems like I'm very clumsy, but it's because I have to hold it at an angle that you guys can see. Otherwise, I would be doing this pretty much from top down. I don't want you to see the back of my hand the whole stream, so gotta hold things certain ways, and sometimes it's not the right. Right. Oh, 37 bid only and starts. Wow. Oh, okay. So he's telling the motor as well. Okay, that's not too bad. That's a decent price. But you're right. The auctions, you never know what's going to sell at. I think I'm going to hold on to mine a few more years before I sell them. You never know. Maybe it'll get to $100 one day. Then if I sell them, I can use that money to buy another kit. Right, so time is really flying by. We're already half an hour into the stream. Okay, so we're done prepping the servo. And now we're going to go to step 28. And step 28 is where we need to refer to this addendum sheet. Looks like that. This is specific to the rally version of the TT-02. And if you look carefully, the only difference between that diagram and this diagram is that rubber switch cover, this right here. That's the only difference between the two. All right, so what we're going to do is find these parts, D8 and D7, and I'm sure you've noticed them straight from the torque tune mode as well. Yeah, if you can get it at that price, it would be reasonable with the motor. So technically that motor would be like $11, because I think the market price, fair market price for the ESC is $26, $25. Use the switch mount on cover. Yeah, I know. I've noticed that too. The Hobbywing 1060 switch isn't compatible with this. But the good thing about the Hobbywing ESC is you can hook on the switch to the side of the ESC. I like that. I like the looks of that. There's 18 on horizon. Yeah, so put that on, 37. Yeah, should be decent. I don't know why the Sport Tune is like $25. I don't understand that. All right. Okay. It doesn't really matter what motor I put in there. I'm either not going to drive it too much, or I'm going to put a brushless motor in there. More likely, I'm not going to drive this that much. Okay. Actually, this is the rally version. I'm going to have to test drive this. I'm going to have to compare it to other cars. I have the MF-01 Ford Escort, and I'm also going to build the XV01 Lancia. I already bought that kit. I'm just waiting for the bearings. So I think 2 kits from now, that's what I'm going to build. The next kit I've already decided is going to be, actually it might be the holiday buggy. I might try to do that on Sunday, just one stream. I'll try to build the whole thing. Why I'd bother going brushless in car if I got the hands-on print? Oh, well, you can. It's just like $80, $90. I don't know what possessed me to buy it. So I'm going to use the fine tip. So, funny thing, the last kit I built, I forgot to take these screws off, and it took me forever to figure out why I couldn't mount the switch. You need to take this plate off. Well, but Sandwich, you would have to get the ESC and the motor. Otherwise, you know what I mean? You need to find both. You can't just find a Tamiya brushless motor. You need to find the ESC as well. I mean, you can hook it up to another ESC that, you know, that'll work, but I think to make it look right. Yeah, I do with the O2S. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Have you heard of Tamiya Championship Series? I don't know. Actually, you don't do any racing at all, so maybe you haven't heard of it. But there is a Tamiya sanctioned race. Actually, it's an entire circuit of races around the world, actually, and everybody holds regionals. And Revelation actually hosted it in April, I think, and then Cal Raceway hosted it in February, and they're going to go around the whole country, and I think it ends in November. And there's gonna be like semifinals, and the winner, I think, gets to travel to Japan. Everything's paid for to race in the championship. So it's interesting. If you want to look it up, just look up Tamiya Championship Series, and I think you'll find it. The reason I bring that up is because there are spec cars. Because the cars have to be built to spec, and they specify the motor. The ESC just has to be raw approved and no timing. But the motor has to be I think for the novice class, it has to be the Reedy Sonic 17.5, I think, for novice. And I have a couple of those as well. So if you were looking for a different kind of brushless system, which doesn't sound like you are, that's what you can go for. Go for a Reedy MC6. Is that the correct screw? C6, yep. Yep. That's cool. There's a there's a lot of stuff going on in the RC world, and Tamiya actually really pretty much in the world of their own. People criticize their cars. People, you know, think they're toys, whatever they want to say. But, you know, they kind of live about their happy, go about their own way. As long as you don't run into an X-ray on the track, you're going to be fine. But if you wanted to be competitive with a Tamiya, you would just race against other Tamiyas. And that's what the championship series is. All right. So I got these two screws in. Oh, it does stop. I'm gonna back it out a little bit so it doesn't tear through the rubber. Okay, might be too late already, but okay, like that. Oh, I'm so. I need to concentrate what I'm doing. I should not have screwed that in. I need to pay attention to what I'm doing. I need to mount this onto the motor shroud. That's the whole point of this. Let's see. Yeah, I'm thinking more keeping out on don't. What? I understand. I understand that feeling. I feel the same way. And I think a lot of people feel the same way. You know, I think if you have a Tamiya, it kind of behooves you to have everything Tamiya. If I can afford it, I would get the whole transmitter, receiver, and the batteries, and the servo. I think it's like $300 to get a complete set of electronics, like the transmitter, receiver, servo, and I think there was something else. But that's how much it costs, and you have to fly it in from Japan even. I don't think anybody local sells it. So let's see. I want to make sure on is okay. It's going to be this way because the wire is coming on this way. So let me just check that. Yep. Okay, that's on. This is off. So it's going to go on the motor shroud like this. Now I need the tiny washer, and I don't even see the tiny washer. Huh. Let me see. Okay, maybe it's here. Yeah, there it is. There's one. There's two. It's going to be the really small one. And the screw I was using were these two right here. Does Tamiya even make a servo? They do. They make batteries too. Yeah, that was the thing. It comes with a battery. It's nickel metal hydride. I don't know if they make LiPo batteries or not. But yeah. I don't know if they make a decent charger or everything is the wall mount chargers, trickle chargers that take forever. Really haven't looked into that. They make them. Wait, yeah, I'm thinking. Okay. Look up Tamiya Servo. I'm pretty sure I've seen one. I don't like the looks of the transmitter though. It's kind of bulky looking. It's kind of weird. But if you wanted to put something on the shelf, that would be it. Okay, and that's the correct way to assemble that. The switch, the rubber sleeve, the motor shroud, 2 washers, and then those screws. And the wire is going to be on this side. All right. So now we're done with step 28. I'm going to bring your attention to this right here. This is the receiver case. Let me find that. It's this giant bulky box right here, and we're going to use it. This will keep your receiver out of the dust and sand that you're going to splash onto the car when you're driving this around. It's a good box to have, and it's a good reason why to have a low profile servo. You will see in a minute here how much room you save. Okay, so this part is going to be a little bit tricky. Let's see. So we need to kind of put all the wires together. I need to disconnect this from the motor and the battery. Okay. I'm going to pull this aside for a second. And I need to drop this in here and run the wires through these 2 holes. And we'll see what we can do. Let's drop the receiver in there, and let me give myself a little bit more slack. They do make servos. They don't have low profile. Reopen this complete prime. The slippery slope. I don't know if you want to go that far. You're going to spend a lot of money and time chasing stuff. All right, so before we drop that in there, actually, I'm just going to use the antenna. I usually fold up the antennas and kind of tape it to the side, but I think I'm just going to use it for this time. Okay, so make sure all the wires are straight. And the cover here has this hole, and once we run this wire out, let me see, will it fit this way? It will, but it's kind of tight. Fit this way? No. Okay, this way. I'm going to run that out from there, and I will run, let me think. Which way does the box go? I think box is going to face forward, so I don't think it really matters. But I'm going to put the ESC wire on this side. Actually, I'm going to put it on this side, and the servo wire out the other side here. So first, let me tape this down. And I'm going to use the double-sided tape that I had from a previous build, because I want to save those for the ESC. Let's see, all I need is everything that is easy. Yeah. I think you do have a pretty strong case of OCD. I understand. I have a Team Associated, it's SC10 4x4, And it's an older kit. I'm not going to be able to, it's not something that I would put on a track and try to race it. It's an older kit. But I've been rebuilding it for a long time. And I insist on having ready electronics. And I had to wait quite a while for the sensorless motor. Sensorless. I think it was the motor or the ESC. I think, oh, that was the ESC. Or the motor, I can't remember. Anyway, I had to wait quite a while for it to come in stock, but I ended up getting it. So one day I will start building that as well. A lot of retirement projects I have. Right now that all the wires are kind of tucked in where I want them to be, I'm going to hold them down and slap on that top cover, and it's going to be this way. You want to make sure these line up, and it goes all the way down like that. Going to end up looping this through there and up. Like that. Okay, now we need to find the 4 screws that go on the corner, and it doesn't even show it having the screws. Let's see. So I'm going to have to guess what screw it's going to be. It's probably going to be these skinny ones. But I need to find one that has 4. So let's see. Maybe these. I see 3. I know they're M2. They're not going to be M3. So there's the 4th one. So it's probably going to be this. Okay, if it's you're talking to a guy, Sandwich, that ordered a TT-02 kit from Japan and shipped it over here. Paid quite a bit of shipping, just because I wanted to complete the TT-02 collection. That was the TT-02T, the truck, and I had to have it, and I had to pay a lot of shipping to get it here. But it was worth it. I drove it around a few times, I made videos of it, and then I put it on the shelf. I even broke something and I fixed it. I bought the replacement part and fixed it before I put it on the shelf. All right, there we go. It's quite a big receiver box, and the reason is they don't know what receiver you have, and some might be, the older ones especially, it's going to be quite tall. I just finished building the DT-03 and it has a receiver cover as well, but it was quite low profile and it actually did not work with the receiver that I have, so it's kind of exposed. Okay, I think I can set this aside right now. And I'll come back to this for the wheels. Collector, yeah, that is awful. Very expensive. You know what's funny is, it's only me and you right now, Sandwich. But when I upload these to YouTube, people watch them. And these are 2 hours long. I don't edit them. And people watch them. I don't get it. You can just come and watch it live. But people jump on my YouTube channel and they kind of, the last few, they've been watching it religiously. It's consistently. I don't want to say religiously. Consistently, they've been watching it. Okay, so the next step is to let's put the shroud on first, and then we'll put in the servo. Let's bring this back. Going to need those MA2s again. And the MA2 is going to be this one. And likely going to be... It should be... Oh, it's going to be in this bag. Okay, so let's open this. Yeah, I'm just going to keep going, and somebody's going to run into this sooner or later if I'm consistent. Yeah, I don't know if anybody else streaming. I'm sure somebody has or somebody is. This is not a brand new idea that I had. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I just finally had the confidence to go ahead and start. So we need 2 of those. MA2 and MB1. So these 2 are different screws. So I only need 1 of these, and I need a longer one, MB1. Let's see if it's this one. Yeah, I think it's this one. So this side is going to go on the outside of the shroud. So everything's connected now. Okay, so it goes this way. All right, let me move this into the view of the camera. Let's see. It's going to be like this. And why is it not sitting flat? Oh, it's up here. Okay, there we go. So this screw is going to be out here. Oh, plus I'm doing it at 10 p.m., you know, Pacific time. It's already 2 a.m. East Coast. And, you know, I'm basically catering to the rest of the world and not the US. So like I said, I really am going to effort to build the holiday buggy this Sunday on stream. I looked at the manual today. It honestly doesn't look too difficult. I think I can do it within 3 hours. I think that's about the amount of time that I think I can sit in one place and work on something. So I think that's what I'm going to try to do. All right, let me put in the servo next. Then I'll put in the receiver box last, just to make sure I have room. All right, so this goes in like this. This side is on top. And it's going to go like that. So first thing is to secure this to the chassis. So I'm going to take two screws, and kind of punch it from the bottom. Let me move this wire out of the way. And the screw is going to be the flathead MA3s. I think I saw some flatheads there. 4 or 5 hours, I think. Yeah, more than 3 hours is a bit much in one sitting. Yeah. As much as I love doing this, I just don't think, you know. And I don't have everything set up where I can take a break, go to the bathroom and stuff like that. I would have to sit here and just keep working. Trying to get the rhythm going. The body took us. Yeah, I know. That's why I don't know what to do. I want to stream tomorrow night, but I don't know what to do during the stream. I'm not 100% sure I have enough time to paint it during the day tomorrow. I have to work, so I don't think I can go downstairs for 5 minutes, put down a coat, come back up, wait another 15 minutes, and go back down. I don't think I have that luxury. I don't know how interesting cutting out a body would be, so I don't know if I want to do that on stream either. Okay, let's go ahead and use, actually, let me see. I don't think this is even going to reach that antenna holder, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not gonna put it on. I don't think it's gonna reach that antenna. I was talking about this piece right here. D12, and that goes in right here. I don't think this wire is not long enough to loop through anyway. So the decals, if we can pre-paint. Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course I'm gonna paint it first before I put the decals on. Okay, next is the receiver, then we'll put on the ESC. Excuse me. I always forget to clear my throat before stream starts. All right, so the receiver box is going to sit like that. Hold on a second. Let me see what that looks like. This will come out from there. Huh. Well, I guess I'll just put it in. Where'd it go? I accidentally cut it off earlier. And now I don't know where it is. Let's see. Ah, there it is. So let's put it on. It's going to be like that. Need another flathead screw. And just radio box or D12. The antenna holder can't fit both. Radio box or D12. Well, actually, you're probably right. I should just listen to you before I even try it. But you know, I'm a stubborn person. I thought it would fit. Is this supposed to loop through that? Is it supposed to loop through that? Huh. Yeah, I think it's supposed to loop through that somehow because it does match this. So I think, let me see. Set 2. Let's see, what? Instruction says a 2. Okay, then I'll believe you. All right. I just don't want a hole here. You know what I mean? It's, I guess I can put shoe glue or something. I don't know. We'll just, yeah, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Okay, I can always dig it back out. I'll just leave it. I'll just do it without. I can always dig it out. Let's see. Okay. And set that down there. Okay, and now I can tape it down, and I'm just going to use, if I was smart, I would use half of this and just kind of lightly stick it on, because I do plan on taking that apart later. But just go ahead and use the whole sheet right now. So it fits perfectly. Okay, am I in frame? Okay, there we go. hope it's not crooked. I wasn't really looking. All right, here you go. I'm going to ignore it. Now, I know you put the ESC on here, am I correct? I think you put it on the servo. I am not sure this servo will fit. Oh, it's barely not touching the steering. Just barely. I think there's like maybe a millimeter between that screw and the ESC. And I certainly don't want there to be any contact at all. So let's look at this. If you had a regular standard size servo, you would have a really hard time trying to use this. But since I have a low profile, this kind of went in pretty easily. And the trade-off is to have less room for the ESC. But I think we can manage. I don't like doing cable management on camera, so I am not going to do it. The reason is I changed my mind so many times doing this. And I know it's going to frustrate you if you watch me do it. It frustrates me to do it. Watching myself do it. You know, being so picky about it. So I'm not going to put you guys through that. But for right now, I'm just going to do it this way. Like that. First, let me go ahead and tape down the ESC, and I'm going to lay the tape down there. Put the servo so I could access the radio box easier. Yeah, I just tuck all the excess in the radio box into the radio box. That's pretty smart. The radio box has plenty of room. And I do a lot of stuff afterwards. Even the videos, even the YouTube videos. I do a lot of stuff after the video's over. It's not... Because what the manual says and what I want sometimes are different things. But I don't want to lead people astray. I want to build a kit exactly as the instruction says. Okay, fit is perfect, but I have a feeling I should have put this down first. No, I think it'll be fine. So we need to put down 2 step screws, and we need to put a little bit of grease on it. MB4, and I think I saw those here. There's one, and there's the other. And just double check. The MB4 are longer. It's the longer step screws, so it's going to be these 2. And again, we're going to need the grease. If you're really into performance of the TT-02, there is a adapter kit that allows you to drill straight through down here, this hole, all the way through the chassis. And the adapter will allow you to put the screw all the way through the chassis or from the bottom. I don't remember. I'll find it one day. But it's popular with the racers. It is one of those kind of aftermarket parts. Okay. And this one. Man, I've been doing this for an hour already. And I haven't even started on the wheels yet. Well, the wheels should go fast. And all I'm doing is gluing. If I really wanted to, I can just skip the gluing part. and just say, use your imagination. Gluing. I don't like gluing. Not terribly good at it. Okay, so there we are. Everything's working. Let me plug in the motor. And it's going to be yellow and blue. So again, I'm going to do some cable management tomorrow off stream. And hopefully by tomorrow night, it's going to look excellent. So this is my Reedy Wolfpack LiPo. It's the stick version, or it's also called the shotgun battery, I think, because it looks like a shotgun shell, I guess. So this is not a battery you can use on the Euro Truck races. The 4000 is. This is not. So there's only 2 batteries that you can use besides the nickel metal hydride. LiPo batteries, there's this in 4000 milliamp hour and the ProTech high voltage battery. Only 2 batteries you can use for Euro Truck racing. Okay. I still haven't glued my wheels because I need to paint them first. Oh yeah, you want them really gold, shiny gold, right? Did you order the paint or what did you do? You know, I forgot to put this on. Let me do that real quick. The screws are MC3. It's probably gonna be this one. MC3, no? I don't even see MC3 here. Oh, here. It's dark one. It is probably gonna be that. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Oh, you ordered it. Your local hobby store didn't have it? Because I'm pretty sure Pegasus has it. They have a usually full stock of TS paint and the X paint, the little jars. Let's see. Let me make sure I'm using the right screws. Ordering it from AMain anyway. You're right. Yeah, sometimes you just need that extra item to put you over the top for free shipping. I understand that. What else did you buy on AMain? Oh, with your shocks, okay. Oh, you bought the Tamiya shocks. That's right. I think I have an extra set of racing dampers that came off of the TT-02 RR. If I really wanted to do a hop-up, I would just grab those. They're on a phone. No. That ProTech battery. Aha, yeah. Color correct. Wow. You're really gonna go all out, huh? Good for you. Can I just drop off the body with you and let you do it for me? I looked at the holiday buggy manual, like I said, and there's one thing I'm not going to be able to do. There is an interior with a driver. I'm not going to be able to paint that on I'm not going to do that on stream. That's not going to be possible. I just don't have that patience. There we go. Let's see if everything's still working. Good sign. There we go. I have steering. I don't know, something is binding or what's going on, but it seems like it's a little bit slow. I have throttle, so everything works. And nothing touching the propeller shaft. So good. Let me turn it off. All right, we are done with all the way through 29 now. So let's move these out of the way. And now it's time for the dreaded wheels. It is not difficult. You just have to have a little bit of dexterity to glue the wheels, and good glue, a good glue nozzle to do it properly. And I'll show you what I have. Just clean up a little bit. All right. And those zip ties are for cable management. That's what you would do. So let's grab the tires and wheels. So here we are. These are the wheels, these are the tires. All right. And the tread is very interesting. It's almost like an 8-bit flower or something. It's really cool. It's going to be very interesting on dirt. Let's see. 3, 4. Take a sip of water. Okay. Let me just grab one. Did you use the coupon code, Sandwich, when you bought from AMain? %10 off usually. Okay. Now I'm going to make sure the tires are the same on both sides. Sometimes there is writing and sometimes there's tread pattern. So you have to be careful with tires. But this one looks symmetrical. Use the code, cool. It comes blue if you look at the body instruction. It tells you to paint it. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I might have to go to Pegasus or Tony's to pick up the paint. I really want to be OCD about it, which I don't know if I will. Too many kits to build. I like building the chassis, so that's kind of my thing. I like building the insides. I don't so much like building. I don't even like putting on the mirrors and the light buckets. Oh, but like I was saying, I might leave the light buckets clear. I mean the headlights clear. And maybe hook up a set of lights later. I have some leftover LEDs from another kit. There we go. Okay, let me just do 2 for now, and I'll show you how it is glued. Right when it doesn't, oh yeah. Yeah, the only body that I've painted without any issues, probably only 2. There was an ECX monster truck, Amp MT kit. And it was one of the first kits that I bought recently, you know, when I was restarting. Actually, no, it's the first RC car kit that I built. And this was a few years ago. And the body came clear, and I had to paint it. And I painted it metallic blue, pretty much the same color as the Subaru. And it's probably the only thing I've painted since then that came out pretty decent. Everything else I've either messed up or it's always bleeding. It's always paint kind of seeping through the tape or mask and leaking into the other colors, and it's so annoying. Kind of breaks your heart. All right, so this is my setup. I have Proline tire glue, and you can use any super glue, any CA glue, crazy glue, whatever you have. But this tire glue, it's not specially formulated. It's just marketing. It does come with a fine tip nozzle, and the ones that came with this are yellow, and I think they're reusable. I use them all up, and I happen to have these fine tip nozzles. And the last time I used this on the last car, there was a leak and it kept spilling all over the place. I got some glue on my fingers. It was a mess. This time, I pulled it all the way down, and the glue that was on the nozzle there actually made this permanent, and I'm fine with that. So, let me show you how fine a bead this lays down. So, let's see if you can see this. There we go. And that's more than enough what you need to glue the tires. So, wipe with alcohol after you wash, before you apply masks. Yeah, I mean, I do everything. It's sometimes, it's not what I didn't do. It's sometimes just, there's one color, fluorescent red, I think. I don't know the color name. I think it's formulated a little bit thinner than all the other paints. And I wasn't the only one who had trouble with it. I've read other forum threads where people just cannot use that particular color well. And sometimes it's just my fault. I didn't, I either screwed up masking it, or I didn't press down, like you said, tight enough. Okay, so what we're gonna do is peel back the tire from the wheel and just put a bead of glue there. Actually, I think I can finally use this. I couldn't use this on the last car because it was a buggy and the wheels were too big. Let's see, I've had this for the last few cars and it works great. And I can pop that out. Let's see. This is a tire exposer. I mean, it's a terrible name, but all I have to do is press down and it kind of peels the tire back. Makes it so much easier. So this is great. I'm going to use that. Finally get to use it. And I have some tire bands right here. And if you're watching this, I have links below that goes to, I set up a all my links page, and it has pretty much everything that all the social media accounts that I have. And if you click the RC Products Amazon link, it will bring you to a page of all the products that I talk about here, and I'll put this on that later on tonight or tomorrow morning, so you can get one for yourself. I already messed up, but okay. So that's pretty much it. You just kind of lay a bead on there as close as you can. I can probably be doing a better job. I think gluing is so important because if you don't glue the tire properly, you're not going to get the strongest traction that you possibly could. And that's why it's important to glue it properly. All right, Okay, that is not terrible, but you can certainly see I had a little bit of spillage. Hey, what are we building here? We're building the TT. Oh, welcome, first of all. We're building a TT-02 Subaru Impreza Monte-Carlo 99 from Tamiya. This is a Tamiya kit. Are you into RC cars, one-eyed shooter? Hope you're still there. Do another one. But only mini Z's, and hey, those mini Z's are so cool. I want to get one day. But it seems all the ones that I want are sold out. Yeah, so this is a touring car. Actually, this particular one is a rally car. If I showed you the picture of it, you would recognize it. It has it's blue, and it has the Burns livery. Those bright yellow stars. Very recognizable. I'm doing the standing up now so I can get a little bit better angle at it. Okay. If you enjoy building cars, then get a GL Racing or Atomic. Atomic. Why does that sound familiar? Is Atomic still around? 2004 car. Yeah, if you enjoy. Well, I build a lot of different kits. What the mini Z's I wanted. eBay sellers. I build a lot of different kits, shooter. Tamiya, I just happened to be building Tamiyas this year. I committed myself to building all Tamiyas. But I've built everything from Yokomo, Team Associated, Kyosho. I've built Kyosho cars as well. Motorcycle, HPI. Yeah, HPI. I have 2 HPIs. How many HPIs I have? I have the Venture, and I just sold the RS4 Sport 3. I feel like I have another HPI. I don't remember. Let's see. I've built 3 racing kits. HPI is. Where are you, shooter? Are you in the UK, United States? Where are you located? US. Are you in the West Coast like we are? It would only make sense that you are not in the East Coast unless you're a night owl. Oh, really? Exactly what I didn't think you were. Okay, that's cool. It is quite late there, no? Almost 3 o'clock. Cool. And (2:22 a.m.) Yeah, it's getting late. You're still watching, but thanks for joining us. If you want to hit that follow button, I'd really appreciate it. It will help my channel grow. I just started 2 days ago on Twitch. I have I glue one side, and then when it dries, I glue the other side. So that's what I'm doing. I also have a YouTube channel, which I've been putting out content for about 3 years now, and I just recently decided to start streaming. And the mini Z's I wanted. Which mini Z did you want, Sandwich? I'm curious. I, of course, want the cliche, what's that cartoon called? Everything escapes me right now. Something D. That this whole thing started from. That is collectible. I like that car. I forget what other ones. Those are a dime a dozen on eBay. Oh, really? Are they really a dime? I thought those would be more collectible. I thought they would be selling at a premium. And AMain. So, oh, R32 would be awesome to get also. Yeah, that's. I think the R32 in anything would be awesome. That was just a good-looking car. There we go. Initial D, that's right. Jeez. They made so many. Okay, I see. I'll give it a try. But they're all so expensive to begin with. Are they like $300, $200 or something like that? For a tiny RC car? Initial D ones are cheaper, huh? Okay. All right, now I'm going to do the other side. If it fits. Oh, it's even easier on this side. Huh, wonder why. Well, let's just take advantage and put a bead right there. And quickly pop the tire into place. And try not to touch the glue. Normal initial D is a bit less. Huh, come as auto scales my body. Almost as much as a whole mini Z. Wow, you guys spend a lot of money on those things. Huh. Shooter, which mini Z do you have? Oh, I appreciate the follow, by the way. Right, so that one is done. Keep that one upside down. Initial D. I think I watched like the first 20 minutes of that. It was cool, but I'm not a big fan of reading closed caption. And I'm sure there's an English version somewhere, but okay, and all I'm doing is laying down a bead of glue. So the tire is permanently attached to the wheel. Like that. 30 or 40. Yikes. Okay. I really don't want to start down that route right now. you know, I have enough interests to spend my money with, so I don't need to start with the initial, mini Z stuff right now. As much as I like that that 124th truck that you have, the crawler that you have, that looks really cool. I mean, I would buy that first before a mini Z. Oh, turn that off. Let's take a sip of water. Atomic BZ3. GLR-GT, start building. Now, is Atomic the maker of the body, the maker of the car? I don't know what Atomic is. Is it another alternative to the Kyosho? Okay, the car. So, Atomic BZ3. Okay, give me a second. I'm going to look it up. Atomic BZ3. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so, oh, nice. Wow, look at that. So this is not made by Kyosho then. This is kind of its own brand then. That is really good looking. The car. Okay, so mini Zs are pretty much built to run. Race, you need to build. Okay. Yeah. I get that. So, is there a racetrack where you are, shooter, that you go racing at, or how does that work? How's the what's the RC culture like in New York? Pretty much built to run. Californians only think of New York as New York City. So, are you in the city, or are you kind of upstate, different parts, or where in New York? I'm always curious about the RC culture in different areas of the world, not just different state, just everywhere. Right outside Long Island. Okay, cool. So it's a little bit more suburban, I think, right? Am I correct? It's not a skyscraper landscape? Okay, cool. So are there racetracks nearby where you are? That'd be cool. Oh, no, not the island. Okay, okay. That's cool. Is there like a big fan base of mini Zs where you are? I mean, I'm sure there is here as well. I just am not familiar with it because I don't have a mini Z and I'm not out there looking for mini Z events. Okay. I hope. Overdid it on this one, but I think I'll dry it just fine. All right, actually I'm pretty happy about this gluing job because the wheels were small enough for me to use this exposer thing. I had to do it by hand. It really bugs me. Too big. Oh, nice. That's great. There's mini Z-Track at Ultimate. Okay, RC Street Shop in Long Beach. I'm sure there's more. Okay, cool. Yeah. I'm sure there's a big culture of it, and people get really into it. Just like those Tamiya, what are those called? Those track cars, those slot cars looking things. Okay, there we go. I think the glue is set enough to take the bands off. Did race 1/5 scale F1 cars back in the day, but had to travel different. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen a 1/5 F1. I did those Tamiya slot cars as a kid. Loved it. Yeah. I think once, if you like cars as a kid, you just kind of keep going as an adult. You just start buying 1-to-1 cars. I had a Challenger before the cheap Grand Cherokee I'm driving now, and I love that car. I wish I didn't have to sell it. I don't know if they're still around, but there's a German company called FG. Oh, okay. Yeah. Hey, are you part of a Discord server in there, Shooter? Sandwich and I, it's not our server, but quite a few RC guys in there, and probably share some common interest. It's RC World. That's the Discord server. New cars. The 65. Oh wow, 65 Mustang. That's awesome. I don't know how old. Actually, I do know how old you are, Sandwich. So my favorite Mustang is the Fox body. So the Vanilla Ice 5.0 GT. That's the Mustang I want. And I think the mug I'm using has a crack in the mug. All right, let's see. So we're done gluing the tires, and we're almost done with the car. Okay, so what we have left are the bearings and the wheel hexes. So let me do this real quick. What happened? Have I been streaming upside down this whole time? No. Okay. I thought I was streaming upside down. I don't know why I thought the screen flipped on me. All right, here we go. So I need to put a bearing inside all the hubs. That's the first thing we need to do. And you can probably put some grease there, which I should have done. There it is. I'm not going to try to pop that one out. It'd be fine. Have you tried that VRC? No, I haven't. I've heard about it for a long time. I've never got around to it. I don't have a very good PC. Partly why I'm not streaming from my PC. I'm streaming from my phone. I just don't know if I can handle it. I am still waiting for a hand-me-down gaming PC. Let's see. So we need to throw that pin on there and the wheel hex. And we're going to be using Sandwich. I'm curious, which wheel hexes did you use? Did you use these ones or these ones? Narrow. So which ones are narrow? So it's going to be these flat ones then. Okay, I think these are the same. So you're showing the calipers and everything like this? You're using this one? Because I would much prefer to use this one. Because I don't like those calipers. There's only 2 wide ones in the kit. Don't use them. Yeah, they're for like the Porsche 911 kit. So there's only 2. Did you use these without the calipers or with the calipers? I mean the brake discs. Which ones did you? Okay, so you use these. I think these are the same height as those ones. Let me just double check. I could be wrong. Let's see. So, I won't be able to tell. I think these are going to be a little bit taller than these. I have wheel hexes, normal 5mm ones. Wow, you painted the discs too? Man, you're hardcore. Take a picture of that. Oh, you're likely okay. Yeah, for sure. If you do, yeah, if you do, please post a picture. I'd like to see that. Kyosho, the phaser, came with silver calipers. Let me show you. The phaser came with these ones, and there's two sizes of those as well for different offset. Cool. Very cool. Okay, so there's one, and I think I was cutting this one. Okay, so let's put that pin through. And the pins are right here. Okay, and nope, the hex first. So the cross in there, one of those grooves need to line up with the pin, and you should feel it go in, and then the hex here will match up with that. All right, and then we'll put the wheel nut on. What radio do I use? I have a FlySky GT3B. That is my go-to radio. I am looking to sell a few cars so that I can afford a Futaba 10PX. That's kind of, I think it's time for me to invest in a high-end transmitter system. At least for some of my race cars. I'm probably not going to use them for these, like a Tamiya Grasshopper. I'm not going to buy a $50 receiver for a $100 car. Futaba 7. Yeah, I mean, is it on sale because of the 10PX? I mean, I thought about that too. I thought, oh man, the 10PX is out, yeah. Maybe those sevens will go on sale, or there'll be a bunch of used ones. $475. Oh, nice. 60 freaking Spectrum. Yeah. If you insist on name brands, that's what happens. I like to spend my money on kits. Did I ask you about Fly Sky, the new one with the big screen. Not the high-end one. It was like $90. Oh, not the Noble. No, the Noble. I regret not buying it when it was like $189, $199. And then as soon as supply chain problems started happening, shot up to $239 to $59. And I think that's just too much. If I'm going to spend that kind of money, I might as well go all the way. Because I think of things in terms of what else I can buy with it, and with $200-300 I can buy another kit, and with another kit I can produce more content and, you know, put up more videos and maybe get more views and then make money from there. I am not making anything remotely close to real money now, but I'm hoping this is going to be my retirement so that I don't need to worry too much. Build to sell. I sell some of the kits, some of the cars I'm done with, but I've been keeping all of them. I've been collecting them. And I started selling them because I just needed more room. So that's why I'm selling a few of them right now. I think I cut out the wrong one. I definitely did. I did not heed your warning, Sandwich. Alright. So, alright. How often do you get to go out with the RCs, Shooter? Because I don't get to go out enough. I don't get to drive the cars enough. I'm more build. Let's see. This one. All right. And I think we're almost done. I think after I put this wheel on, I think we just have a few cosmetic things to do. Okay. At least 3 days a week. Wow, that's cool. That's cool. I'd be lucky if I get 3 days a month. Trim them wires. I don't trim the wires because it keeps them original. This is a more or less a collectible ESC, so I don't like to trim any of them. And I don't want to trim the battery as well. There is, I forgot which wire you cannot trim. There is a YouTube video somewhere, and I honestly can't remember. I don't know if it's the battery wire or I think it was the battery wire. You can't cut it shorter for some reason. I can't remember. RC Explained is the channel, and if you look for that channel, you can you'll find what I'm talking about. Cosmetic things like painting decals. No, thank you. No, I'm talking about the battery stay and whatever is on the next page. I don't even want to look. If you're building another TT-02 and there's tire tread that matters, you need to make sure you put them on correctly. And I really like the stance. I've built several TT-02s and I really like the way this is standing right now. That's pretty cool. I mean, the buggy is taller than this. The truck is taller than this, but just the way this looks, it just looks aggressive. Bumper. Yeah, right. Okay. Okay. Body posts. Let's do it. Let's do step 33, B6, and that is the rear. RC explain. I'll look it up into it. I tightened up my wires when building. Yeah. Yeah, he explains it really well. He explains a lot of electronics. I guess he's an electrical engineer, and he's also an RC guy. And there, he goes into, he explains it pretty well, like in a common language way. It's not all technical jargon, and I like his videos. Speaking of videos, are there no turnbuckles on that thing? No, it's an inexpensive kit. You can buy aftermarket turnbuckles, you can buy hop-up turnbuckles, but this one does not. It's fixed. It's one of the drawbacks, but it's a $120 kit, so you can't really blame it for not having it. So this goes here. Huh. You know what I might do, Sandwich, is get another, actually no, I don't have to, because the holes are already punched on the body. I was gonna say if the holes were not pre-punched, I can go with a stealth body mount. Let's see, no turn, yeah. So MB2 are those hex head screws. There, this one, they look like that. Oh, brother. I forgot to plug the phone in to get power, and I think I was about to lose the whole stream because I think the phone was about to die. Good thing I remember. Also found funny that it has body holes pre-drilled, but they're make them. Oh, that's a pain in the ass. I hate using the reamer. I always overdo it, and I always hate. Like I just cringe. The last few cars that were not pre-drilled, I just used stealth. Yeah, well, I even have this. Let me show you. I even got this. The magnetic body post. This helps you find the spot. I still mess it up. I think oh no, that's the correct one. Yeah, the B6 are taller. The rear are the taller ones. Okay. That screw will fit without opening the holes more, but you really gotta press. Oh, brother. Maybe I'll just buy another body. I'll just buy another random body. Oh, if you go on AMain and look for rally bodies, there's some cool ones. There's this like blocky yellow one. I forgot what it's called. It's really interesting. Very awkward looking body. But sometimes the ugly stuff looks cool, you know? I don't know how to explain it, but... I hope all of these hex head screws are the same length because I'm not really paying attention. It's so bad, it's good. Yeah, exactly. There is a rally body that is like a Volkswagen Golf. And I really like that one. It's from Montec, I think. AMain has it. And I actually thought about, you know, using that body on this car and saving that blue body. The Golf is cool. Yeah, it is. Yeah, when it's all painted up, it really looks cool. Alright, okay. Oh, we're done. Did you trim your posts? I have a tool for that too. Okay, the bumper, front bumper. Did I not put on the back bumper? Oh, I guess that is the back bumper. Okay, it is this right here. It's this right here. Did I move this? And the front bumper. That's a huge bumper. All right. Should I like a new shocks, but they'll be longer and may change my ride height. Okay. So this will go here. I think they're lining up. And then this right here, and we're going to use MA2. This is going to be that one. Just these two screws. And it's going to be the smaller hole. So we're going to put it through that hole and that hole. It's kind of awkward. I don't think I've had a, well, I did, but I don't remember a TT-02 that's standing so high. Kind of used to it touching the ground. I think we made really good time again. Oh, show ride height. I don't know how to show you. Maybe at the end of the stream I can pull the camera down. But let me see. It doesn't really squat. Let me see if it squats a little bit. Yeah, it doesn't squat, so I can measure it. Let's see. Do you want it in inches or centimeters? Easier to understand with centimeters, but I understand if you want inches. So for inches, it will be approximately, very approximate, about 3/4 inch. Oh, okay. No, I meant millimeter. I don't mean centimeter. Centimeter wouldn't make any sense. If I can see, I can't see the lines. Jesus. I'm gonna say it's approximately 1.8, 1.9, maybe even 2. Put car down and so, oh yeah, let's see. Brilliant. Hold on. think the last thing is the battery stay. I think I can figure that out. Let's see. It is like 1.45, 1.5. I mean, yeah. So 14 or 15 millimeters in the where the motor is. And I think it's a little bit higher in front. Let me see. In front, it is closer to 1.5. So I think there's a 0.5 millimeter difference between the front and rear for me. I have a ride height gauge I can measure later on, but that's kind of what I have right now. Measure at chassis with car down. Oh yeah, like that. So about 15. Yeah, exactly, 15 millimeters. You grab this battery stay. Did I forget to put this on? Why does this piece look really familiar? Did I forget to put this on? This is early on. This is the propeller shaft. Maybe it's for another car, another variant. I did? Oh, let me see. Oh, that's going to be hard to fix. Let me see. I have to take apart half the car probably to get back to it. Let's see. Where did I miss it? Oh, it's underneath. There it is. So I have to take apart the front diff to put that on. Huh. I don't think it affects it too much. I mean, it's. Oh, actually, I can just take that off. I would have to take off the steering bridge right here and these two screws and pray I can get underneath. So there we go. They limit steering to the wings only comes with one. Oh. Okay. So there we go. For someone who has built the TT-02 so many times, I sure made a lot of mistakes. All right. And there we go. I am done with the Tamiya TT-02 Monte-Carlo 99. This is a rally chassis version of the TT-02. And what's next is the body, and I will figure out what I'm going to do on stream for the next stream. If I'm going to show you guys how to cut out the body, or I'll have it painted already and we'll do the decals together. I don't know yet. It's really going to depend on if I can accomplish it tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll think of something else to stream with. And I'm also going to do some cable management, so this looks a little bit neater. I have a couple ideas. And I will put that piece back. I will fix that. That's funny that I missed such an important piece that I did not see. I hope nobody watches my video and follows me step by step. 2 tabs are steering stops. Okay. The piece you forgot. I mean, okay. Trim the wings off mine. Steering stops, huh? I don't know. This doesn't. Let me see. It doesn't look like it has a lot of steering. I don't know if it's my servo or I don't know what's going on. I feel like this car doesn't have as much steering as the other cars. Huh, that's interesting. But it's super cool. I like the way this turned out. And upright, there's a piece that limits steering as well. Trim that off too. Yeah, I'm not trimming anything. Just gonna put it on the shelf like this when we're done. When I finish making a video driving it, I'm just gonna just plop, set it there, and it will probably never touch the ground again. All right, so that's it. I will, like I said, I will find something to stream with tomorrow. At the very worst, I'll bring in another kit to build. But I think that's it for tonight. My tire will almost hit the bumper. Really? Here? Okay, here's in front. Let me see. Oh, yikes. Wow. Okay, you got a lot of steering then. Okay. Cool. That's awesome. Front caster looks off. This one? It's probably the Servo. Let's see. How about now? 25. That look better? Yeah. A little bit of toe out is fine in the front. Toe in the back and toe out in the front. That'd probably help me drive. There's no caster adjustments here. There's nothing. There's no camber adjustment. There's no caster block. You can't even adjust. There's different positions for the AMain, but that's a really dramatic change. And you can move the shocks in and out, different angles, but that's about it. This is one of those entry-level kits. Look off on camera, yeah, because you're not really looking at it straight down, and the iPhone has kind of a fisheye effect on it. Yeah, that's why I'm surprised it looks off. Oh, I see why. I think upper arms are swapped. One is different than the other. Get out. Ah, I did. Brother. Okay, do not watch this. I do not watch the last 2 videos. I don't think I screwed up this time. What the heck was I thinking? You are right. This one is flipped. I'll fix that. So tomorrow I'm going to fix this. Maybe tomorrow's stream will just be me fixing the car. And correcting the mistakes I already made. We'll figure something out. So it's past midnight here in Southern California, and it's past. So this one is wrong. Okay, I'll change this one. And it's past 3 a.m. for you, shooter. Sorry, now I feel bad for watching. No, don't worry. Everybody makes mistakes, just like Bob Ross. Just happy little accidents. This brings awareness that these arms can be flipped. I was wondering why it looked off yesterday, but like the angle just looked weird, but I didn't notice that the arms were flipped. We'll figure it out. Just need more kit to build. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why I made so many mistakes this time around. I don't know if it's because it's 10 o'clock or that I have to stream while I do this. I don't know, but no, actually I make videos while I build kits. Maybe it's a streaming because and then I have to talk with you guys. I think I get distracted, but I'll blame it on something because you're live. Yeah, exactly. I'm having a conversation. Sure. I'll keep practicing and I'll try to do better. Happy little accidents. That's right. So, hey, thank you, Sandwich. Thank you, Shooter, for watching. And I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 p.m. Thank you, Sandwich. So, until tomorrow night, you guys have a good night.